By the end of this video, you will know the 5 biggest email marketing lessons I learned in 2024 that will help you hit the inbox, boost email engagement, and avoid costly mistakes. So if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, or even a copywriter like myself, I'm going to save you a ton of headaches and probably make you a lot more money as well. So let's get into it. Lesson number 1 was to prioritize email engagement over any other metric in your welcome sequences. Email engagement was king in 2024. If you're not focusing on engagement in your welcome or your nurture sequences, then you're truly getting left behind, because it's gotten so much harder just in the last year alone to reach your subscribers' inbox. With the election year and Black Friday all happening at the same time at the end of 2024, I feel that it was just the perfect storm for email deliverability issues that a ton of people, not just myself, were struggling to even hit the inbox, let alone a promotions tab. We're just going straight to spam and the junk folders. So I started narrowing down the segment of the email list that I was sending emails to, and mainly sending to the most active segment of the email list to build that domain reputation back up, and also asking for a lot of replies. And when I say this, I mean a lot of replies, almost to the point where I had to get very creative in the way that I was asking for these replies to just get conversations going between myself and our email software and people that were receiving our emails. The reason why I like to prioritize these replies early on in the autoresponder is that when you get your subscribers to engage early on in the autoresponder, not only are you almost guaranteeing that your emails are going to be shown to them, but it also shows that you're not spamming people. For example, if you get a lot of people spending a lot of time reading the content in your emails, clicking the links inside those emails, and also replying or opening up a conversation with you, it's almost as if you were emailing a coworker or a friend. And so the email providers will continue to show your content in front of those people, versus someone that just opens your email once, gets the free resource that you sent them, and then never opens another email from you. The person that's actively engaging is going to be way more likely to read and actually get your future emails delivered. So something I've been doing recently is to add some kind of call to action for a reply at the end of my autoresponder emails. Something simple like, what's the biggest challenge you've had with email delivery? What's the biggest thing keeping you from hitting the gym at least 4 times a week? Just something that is easy for them to reply to. Replies, like I said, are huge, almost to the point where I'm starting to send reply only campaigns. For example, let's say that you're wanting to build a wait list for a product. Instead of dropping a link to a traditional waitlist, I would say something like in the emails, hey, if you're interested in this thing, just reply with yes, the word yes, and I'll send it to you, or I'll add you to the waitlist. And I'm obviously not writing copy here, but that's generally the gist of it. And so instead of having them go to a secondary page and signing up for it, instead I'm just doing it via trigger workflows inside of Go High Level. And that's the marketing software that I typically use for clients. And I'm signing them up via their response. So I'm just setting up the software and the automation to where it looks for a reply, a positive reply to the email, whether that's yes, yeah, I'm in, or whatever. If the reply has positive intent, then it will trigger off this automation. If you're interested in more of how High Level works, and you're interested in a new marketing platform, I will leave links to the description here for you to get a free trial to Go High Level if you want it. But yeah, just really prioritizing getting replies and engagement and being creative so that you don't come off as spammy or sleazy to your email subscribers in the way that you're doing it. So that was lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is more for the copywriters and email marketers watching. Stop offering standalone copywriting services. I've done this for the last couple of years. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you're not managing your client's entire email software, you're not serving them as well as you could, and you're really handcuffing your own success. And this is something that, like I said, I learned the hard way. I didn't serve clients as well as I should have because there were too many things out of my control when I'm just the copywriter. Quick story from this last year is that I was really busting my butt writing the best copy that I was capable of for a particular client this year. But when I delivered the copy, I was counting on the client and their team to actually upload it inside of their email marketing software, hit send, and then monitor the results. So that way we could piggyback off those results and read the data and be able to optimize after that, right? And well, as it turns out, some clients just don't do this at all, even though you've done the heavy lifting and even though they've already paid you to deliver this work, right? And I know it sounds crazy, but I've had clients who I delivered copy to who never sent it because they had so much going on and their team was so busy with other stuff that they simply forgot. And so you have to understand that they hired you for a reason. And when I say you, I really mean me from the past because I lived through these mistakes. Okay. If the email campaigns flop, guess who they're going to blame? You as the copywriter, or me as this case was. And so you have to take control of the whole process. You have to manage their email software, optimize their deliverability. You have to make sure everything is running smoothly because trust me, your clients will thank you. And even if you do end up charging a little bit more for the service, and if you're managing the whole thing, you should be charging more. But you'll end up getting better feedback from clients, better results for clients, and you'll end up getting paid more, and you'll overall be more valuable to the clients that you're serving if you're able to take care of everything. So that is why after 2024, except for one client, I am no longer offering just standalone copywriting services. I either manage everything or I don't manage anything at all. All right, so moving things along, lesson number 3 was to keep an eye out and continue to monitor your email deliverability. Last year, Google and Yahoo made pretty major changes to their email requirements for actually getting you into the inbox. And one of the changes was that your spam complaint rate cannot go over 0.03%. Based off of your sending volume. So if your spam complaint goes anywhere above that, then you are going to have some issues as far as showing up in front of your subscribers' inbox. And we actually ran into this issue late in the year for one of my clients, where in about a 2-week span, we got reported a spam just off of two email addresses, 2 separate users in a span of 2 weeks. And this was to Hotmail email addresses. And so if you don't know, Hotmail is ran by Microsoft. And so after that, for a span of about a month, our emails to any Microsoft email address, this being Outlook, Hotmail, or AOL, there's a few other ones in there, our emails were just not getting delivered to those email addresses. And this was tanking our delivery, tanking our email open rates, tanking everything. And so because those weren't getting delivered, it kind of was starting to hurt our other, like our delivery in Gmail and all the other email providers. Luckily, I caught this at the right time, and I made a game time decision to stop sending to Microsoft served email providers altogether. So we were only sending to Gmail and then all the other ones, not Microsoft related email addresses. And we did this for about a month. And after that, I started sending slowly to Microsoft email addresses, to Outlook, to only to the most engaged ones. And this ended up being people that purchased from us before. And once I saw that they were getting delivered there, I continued sending slowly and then ramping up, including more and more people as we went along. And we were able to recover that. But we did get placed on a temporary blacklist for Microsoft emails. And so this is something that is a pretty serious problem. I mean, we don't typically have issues for delivery because we don't typically spam people. It's just that 2 people happened to report us as spam, and then that put us in the doghouse for Microsoft. And so that is one thing that if I wasn't keeping a close eye on, we would probably still be dealing with those issues today. So if I can tell you one thing is to keep a close eye on your email deliverability. Look at your percentage of emails delivered. I usually like to make sure that they're over 98.5 to 99% delivers every time you send out. Monitor for any spikes in spam complaints. And then if you do see a spike in spam complaints or a heavy increase in open rates, then it is worth investigating rather quickly. Don't wait for it to snowball into a bigger problem, because the longer you wait to take action on these things, the harder it is to actually fix. So that brings us to lesson number 4, and that is to document everything. If you hire an agency or a freelancer to set up your tech stack, make sure that they are documenting everything. I'm talking about what platforms are connected to what, how they're connected, and even a Loom video of them walking through how they set this up. I had a client last year in 2024 who worked with an agency prior to working with us, and one person at this other agency knew how their CRM was connected to MailChimp, Facebook ads, Typeform, and their Zapier. Only one person knew what was going on and how those things were connected. They also had a couple of other tools in there which made it even more confusing. But when it came time to revamp their automated email flows, which was what I came in to do, it took forever to figure out how everything was set up. And of course, you don't want to move too many things around, because if their whole business is tied to is reliant on one software, you don't want to break that connection and then everything else breaks, and at that point you don't know what went wrong, right? So documentation in this case would have saved me a whole bunch of time to figure out how everything was connected. So documenting saves you time, money, and headaches. Plus, if you ever switch agencies or bring your marketing in-house, you'll have everything you need to train the new person that you just brought on without starting from scratch. So that leads us into point number 5, and that is simply, and you'll be surprised, but just email your list more. I know it sounds basic, but so many people are scared of annoying their subscribers. But I mean, here's the truth. If you're providing true value to your audience and your audience wants to hear from you, the more you email, the more on top of mind that you'll stay. And this is just super simple, guys. For example, if you go to the gym, you're bound to make or build muscle, right? If you go to the gym and you're adding weight to your lifts every single week, you're going to build strength and you're going to build muscle, assuming that the food that you're eating is good. It's the same with email. If you email every day, you're going to make inevitably more money from your email marketing efforts. I haven't worked with a client who didn't make more money as a result of us emailing their list more. Do without what you will, but I'm just speaking from personal experience. Anyway, those are the 5 biggest email marketing lessons I learned in 2024. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more email marketing tips. Check me out on Instagram where I post more content like this, and check out the links in the description for some more free resources. I'll catch y'all next time.